Make the case. Why should we feel bad for these millennials?
Well, the case is simply data. This is the best educated generation in history. Of their 22% of them have gone to college. If you go back to 1980, only 15% of people of the 18 to 34-year-old bracket had gone to college. But then you look at what they make, and every succeeding generation has made more than the one before until now. So this group is making about $34,000. That's down from $37,000 that people of a similar age made back in 2000. So the numbers in terms of earnings speak for themselves, but that's really only the beginning of their problems.
Well, just 2 years ago, I did a college tour with Stan Druckenmiller and Ken Langone, specifically talking to college students about entitlement reform and that they really need to care about it because it's going to affect their future. And I don't want to say that it fell on deaf ears, but it definitely wasn't a priority. It seemed that they didn't care.
I think entitlement reform, which is part of their problem, that they're going to have to live with the burden of Social Security and Medicare. They're going to pay for my Social Security and Medicare, and then they're going to not have the money to pay for their own. That is really far out there, and it's probably hard for them to completely process. But there's other stuff that's happening in the here and now. If you take, for example, student debt, college tuition has gone up 234% over the last 20-some-odd years, compared to 63% for the overall price level. And the result of that is that 71%
I want to pull this chart up. We have this. Millennials mired in debt. It's massive.
71%, that's the college tuition chart, which shows how much college tuition has gone up above inflation. But if you have the other chart, which shows their debt levels, 71% of millennials today graduate with debt versus 46% 20 years ago.
Who's to blame
and
for
the
that?
average debt is $35,000 compared to $15,000, even when you adjust for inflation.
How do we fix that? I think
Well,
in order to fix it, you have to figure out, you know, if you will, who's to blame for the increase in college tuition.
Well, who's to blame, broadly speaking, is my generation, which are the baby boomers, which we followed the greatest generation. My parents were part of the greatest generation. I think we may be the most selfish generation in that we haven't been willing to pay for anything, so we've run up big government budget deficits. And that is part of why college tuitions have gone up so much, part of why millennials can't afford to buy houses. Home ownership has been dropping. And then, of course, you have the entitlements problem sitting out there where we have not funded entitlements for my generation. So I think you can mostly blame the policymakers who've been in charge for the last 20 years who have failed to put in place policies that will solve this. Now, of course, we had a recession, we had a financial crisis, we have globalization, we have technological change. These are all major forces.
But hold on, is that because, so you said that's taken place, or poor policymaking over the last 20 years. Is that because these millennials were 2 years old, 5 years old, 9 years old, and they don't vote, and their parents aren't thinking about that? It's senior citizens that go out and vote.
All that is absolutely true. But in every other generation, people have said to themselves, I've got my kids coming, the policymakers, the kids are coming, we got to make sure we take care of them, we got to make sure we leave them a fiscally sound policy, we need to make sure we leave them a strong economy, and that's not been happening. We've left them a really, really weak situation.
This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami Camp, and the reason why I brought out the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6, is from this news segment from Bloomberg, all right? It pretty much shows how the millennials, all right, are in so much debt, especially student debt, all right, they're not able to save, all right? And that's the reason why I brought out these scriptures, because, all right, you making all this money, but it's like a bag full of holes. It's just going back, okay, into all that debt you accumulated, all right? And we're living in a time, all right, where, all right, these millennials, all right, they're waking up. And they're seeing that they're never going to get ahead, that they got screwed over, all right, by the previous generations, okay, mainly the baby boomers, all right, and then a lot of turmoil is going to happen when the economy collapses because of it, all right. So let me get into the first news article, all right. It says 50% of millennials, this is from CNBC.com, 50% of millennials would give up this fundamental American right to have their student loans forgiven, right? All right, so they asked a survey, they did a survey and asked millennials, hey, what would you give up if your student loan debt can be wiped clean? It's not news that millennials are in debt, all right? It says 42.3 million Americans owe a total of 1.33 trillion in federal student loans, according to the U.S. Department of Education. Okay, 20-somethings pay an average of $351 a month. Damn, that's pretty much a car note. All right, reports the Federal Reserve. The median monthly payment for that age range is $203. All right, yeah, that's a car note. All right, so you're having these millennials paying for a certificate, okay? They're paying like it'd be equivalent to a car note, okay? And a certificate that, hey, a lot of them ain't able to find jobs, all right? Just from this video, okay? The news segment, all right? That's why they're not able to say all right? They're getting dead-end jobs or they can't find work, all right? It says, now a survey from Credible conducted through Pollfish offers insight into just what millennials would be willing to do to be free of those loans. The most popular answer the 500 respondents between the ages of 18 and 34 chose for what they would be desperate enough to sacrifice suffrage. Half of them said they would give up the ability to vote in the next 2 presidential elections. All right, so that pretty much says that they don't even believe in the system anymore. They don't even care about voting. So what does that tell about the American, okay, society, the system, okay? It's breaking, all right? The infrastructure, the institutions, it's breaking. If millennials are willing to give up their right to vote, all right? So yeah, they're realizing that they got screwed over, all right, by these baby boomers, and they're willing to give up all right, to get out of debt, all right? And guess what? Millennials, newsflash, you're not going to get out of debt, all right? You're going to suffer poverty, okay, until the economy collapses. Then you're going to get rage upon you, which you're going to end up, all right, going ham on your older generations, Generation X and Generation Z, all right? So now let me get up. So that's what the times we're living in, man, all right? Because, hey, we're getting close to an economic meltdown, all right? And, hey, just from watching that news segment from Bloomberg, all right, millennials are in so much debt, man, that all hell's going to break loose, all right? And a lot of these millennials are going to wild out, all right? And, hey, don't forget Generation Z. I call them the generation of perks and mollies. They're willing to do whatever, all right? So that's what's coming for you older heads, all right? Let me get the book of Proverbs. All right, Salakia, the book of Proverbs. Chapter 28. Verse 19. He that tilleth his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. Right, man, and that's really what it was, man. The point is, he that follows after vain persons, all right? These millennials were given the illusion of, hey, if they go to college and get those degrees, that they'll get a good paying job, all right, to pay off the college loan debt, get the big house, get the big cars, all right? That illusion, those lies that they were told by their teachers, okay? By their political officials, okay? By these education personnel, these these scholars and those that have degrees already, all right? They were told lies, and now they're feeling it now, all right? That's what happens when you follow after vain, like it says, Salakia, vain persons shall have poverty enough, right? Following after these institutions, these colleges, these universities, all right? And now they're feeling it, okay? And hey, cursed be the man that trusted in men, all right? That's in the book of Jeremiah, all right? So you trusted into these institutions, you trusted in these lies of the American dream, and now you're paying for it, all right? And and these statistics are mainly catering towards these Edomites, these so-called white people. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, all right? Where do you fit in this, all right? You're worse than the so-called white man, all right? All right, you're not even relevant, all right? That's why all hell's going to break loose, because now these Edomites, these so-called white people are feeling the pain, man. They're feeling the pinch, all right? So it behooves you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans to come back to the Lord, man, because, hey, all hell's going to break loose, man. This shit cannot sustain, all right? Let's get, you know what? Let's get the book of Matthew, because I have there's a reason why I'm bringing this out. The book of Matthew, chapter 24. And I'm going to start, you know what? Let me start at 11. Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Right. All right. Let's talk about how many. What are the false prophets of today? Okay. Your institutions, university. Hey, those pastors talking about what do they call it? There's a term that they use. All right. Prosperity. All right. Yeah. There you go. These stupid Christianity maggot pastors. Oh, I see in a year, 2 years from now, you get in that house, Susan. Or you get in that house, Maria, or you get in that house, Jerome, all right? 2 years from now, all right? And those are those false prophets, all right, going out deceiving, all right? Because if you've been paying attention to numbers and the economy, this shit's over, man. There is no prosperity coming to America, all right? Everybody's feeling it. The country's over $20 trillion in debt. So those are those false prophets, man, all right? And all you maggot Christians out there, so-called Christians, because you're not the real Christians, we are, the Israelites, all right? You're going to fall. You're going to fall, man, and you're going to get angrier and angrier. You're going to see that, all right, that Christianity isn't helping you in prosperity and being prosperous in America, all right? And you're going to denounce that religion, all right? False religion, all right? Continuing on, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, man? And that's what you're seeing here, man. All right? The iniquity is abounding. People are when they go to school, all right, they're thinking about getting the bag, getting the money, all right? And now they're realizing that they're not going to get the bag. They're not going to get the money. They have a bag full of holes, all right? So what do you think is going to happen? Okay? The love of many shall wax cold, all right? Savage life. Everybody for themselves, all right? Generation Millennials against Generation Xers, all right? Generation Millennials against Generation Baby Boomers, all right? Generation Z against Generation Millennials and Baby Boomers, all right? That's what you're going to see, man, all right? Sedition, all right? Chaos, neighbor against neighbor, all right? That's what's coming, man, all right? Because these people here in America, all right, were believing in these false prophets, man. Wherever whatever institution they resided at, all right? And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, all right? A majority, you fell for it, all right? Because you're not returning back to the Bible, all right? So that's why you're all jacked up. That's why you're in poverty, all right? Because you follow after vain persons, man. These gurus, so-called gurus, all right? These Bill Gates and Warren Buffetts, all right? Or your stupid teacher or your stupid professor, all right? That they're in debt, that they're struggling too, all right? Because everybody's in debt, one way or another, whether it be personal or the country as a whole, all right? The country's $20 trillion in debt, all right? You're not exempt from that, all right? That's why all hell's going to break loose, man. And you're going to see this economy's going to get rocked. We haven't hit another, okay, recession, quote unquote, all right? What do you think's going to happen? That's why the love of many shall wax cold, man. It's going to be hell out here. People are going to be in it for themselves, man. It's going to be dog world, all right? And if you're not a man of the Lord, all right, you're going to die out here, man, all right? That's what's really coming. This is the book of First Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Right, man. These people, they're going to college. You think they're going to college, all right, to help the world? Bullshit, man. They're going to college to see if they can get a lot of money, man. All right, that's their main goal. All right. So yeah, the love of money. All right. That's what they're told in these stupid public school or private schools. Hey, get an education so you can make good money. All right, get an education. Well, guess what? All these millennials, they went to college. They got their degrees. All right, and they're still suffering. All right, they said they'll give up their voting rights just to get rid of their student loan debt. All right, that goes to show you the love of money. All right, that's for the love of money. All right, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, meaning desire, they have erred from the faith. Right, and who's that really talking about? It's talking about our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, man. You fell in love with this bag, with this money, that you erred from the faith. You turned away from your true power. It got to a point you don't even want to touch this book. You look at this book as kryptonite, as a disease, as a cancer. All right? Well, guess what? What does the scripture say? And some covered after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Right? You're going to have many sorrows in these last days. All right? Because your money's not going to save you. All right? Your riches are not going to save you. Okay? Because the economy's going to collapse. Martial law is going to be implemented. All right? And if you're not a man of the Lord, you're going to get caught out there. Point blank, period. All right? Let's go to another article that I found, which is very prevalent. This is from Zero Hedge. It says, majority of millennials blame baby boomers for destroying their lives. And that's what brought me to do this video, because this article came out today. All right? April 26, 2018. Thursday night, all right, which is about to be Friday real soon, okay. So you know, by reading that goes to show you the times that we're living in, man. Millennials are getting angrier. They're feeling the pain. They're in many sorrows, and now they want an outlet. So now it's a blame game. And who are they blaming? Okay, baby boomers, the entitlement generation, the Social Security fuckers. All right. Hey, if you're in the age bracket of 8, what's the millennial age? I got it right here. All right, just throw this out. Even though I don't even see what's going on in current events, we ain't making it another 5 years in this country. But hey, just if you're thinking this, that we're gonna be here another 5 years, all right, you millennials that are ages between 22 and 37. Okay, this is according to the PewResearch.org. This came out March 1st. All right, that's the age bracket for millennials. If you think you're going to get Social Security, if you think you're going to get that, you're an idiot, all right? Jump off a fucking building, all right? You're not getting that shit, all right? So back to my point, what I was saying, all right? Like I said, again, we ain't going to be here another 5 years. This country's out, man. The war's coming. The financial collapse is coming, all right? And that's where we're at, man, all right? Nothing but chaos and destruction is coming to this place. But if you have in your mind, if you have that little, okay, belief that, oh, all right, I'm just working and Social Security will come from my retirement, nah, ain't happening, buddy, all right? So yeah, so back to this article. So once again, it says majority of millennials blame baby boomers for destroying their lives. Right, the baby boomers are the entitlement generation, all right? They're the ones that are collecting all these benefits, all these social programs, majority of them, all right? Because millennials are still working. They're not able to get Social Security unless they're disabled, all right? They're not able to get, which is one of them, Medicaid or Medicare. I think it's one or the other, which is for if you're over a certain age, all right? So, hey, they're not getting these, all right? So that's why the millennials are seeing that, wait a minute, man, I am paying for these baby boomers and they fucked me, all right? These baby boomers fucked me, and that's how they're looking at it, all right? It goes on and says, millennials, the largest and most significant generation for the U.S. labor market, right? It says the largest. So who's the largest labor market? Millennials, okay? Came of an age and era of broken central bank policies leading to the greatest wealth, income, and inequality gap in recent history, right? And there's plenty of news articles on that, all right? Plenty of documentation, statistics that the wealth gap has, okay, widened so bad, okay, that the 1%, I think it said the 1% owns about 73% of the wealth here in America, all right? That's the 1% of America, all right? Just throwing that out there. While baby boomers promised millennials the world through expensive college degrees, the generation discovered that massive student loans coupled with a deteriorating work environment had turned them into a permanent debt and rent slaves, right? That's another thing. They're not able to buy homes, the millennials, all right? So that's what's coming, man. Freaking chaos, man, because millennials are looking at you, baby boomers, as the problem, all right? And if they're not a man of the Lord reading this Bible, okay, and putting their faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that means that they believe in whatever they believe in. And their belief is wicked. That's why it says, an iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. Iniquity, meaning they're going to think of an evil plot against you baby boomers, all right? Just throwing it out there. One of my videos that I did on, it was a couple of months ago, all right? I saw a quote from The Economist. Somebody put a comment in where it says, hey, economic collapse is coming, all right? But this person said, I always like bringing this out because it just shows you the mind frame of some people in this country. He said, F World War III. He said, I'm waiting for civil war to happen. I have neighbors to kill. All right? That's what that individual said. And I did a video on that. The interesting part about it is that 44 people liked it. Okay? They liked that comment. That means that 44 people said, yeah, I have a neighbor that I want to kill. That means that they're eyeing their neighbor for whatever it is, whatever resources they have, or whatever shit they did to them, all right? So, hey, if you're a baby boomer and your neighbor is a millennial, he might be looking at you sideways, all right? Just throwing it out there, all right? Also, underneath that comment, it said, blacks or Mexicans. So it goes to show you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the so-called white man hates you. He's gunning for your head too when all hell breaks loose, all right? Just you can. It's one of my videos. You can find it, all right? I did a video on that. Let me see if there's more on this article because there's something else I wanted to bring up. All right. Oh, listen to this. This is how this shit is over, man. When asked on how to improve today's economic and political environment, millennials had several modest proposals. Quote, remove all old government officials and term limits for the House and Congress, a 34-year-old Republican said. A number said impeach Trump and vote, all right, which he must be the minority because the other article said majority of them said they'll give up their voting for 2 presidential elections to get rid of their student loan debt, all right? The other one said sleep more because you will be less sensitive to negative emotions. All right? Damn. One of them said sleep more. So yeah, man, this shit is over. All right? That's what I wanted to bring up. All right? So now let's get to another scripture. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10. Verse 15, the rich man's wealth is his strong city, right? These elite, the secret societies, all right? They're the ones, okay, in their mirth. They're the ones in living it up, man, all right? They own this stuff. They own the state. They own the major infrastructures. They own those universities where you millennials went to and got deceived, all right? So they're living it up, okay? The destruction of the poor is their poverty, right, man? And that's what's coming, man, destruction, all right? And if you're not a man of the Lord, you're going to die out here, man, all right? Because, hey, man, sedition is coming. Civil unrest is coming. The next economic collapse is coming. Don't think it's not, all right? Take that thought out of your mind. That shit is coming, man, all right? Zechariah. This is another one. Just throw it out there. The book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 3. See. Zechariah 14. Salakia. I thought I wrote down the right scripture. All right. Bear me one moment. All right. I thought that was it. I must have just... All right. Yeah, Zechariah 14 and 13. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. Right, man? That's going to be those race wars, man. And that's what's going to happen, man. It's going to be race wars coming out of America, man, because, hey, you're going to have just everybody in their little cliques, man, their little crews, man. Purge season, all right? That's the times that we're living in, all right? This shit can't sustain, all right? The cops ain't going to be able to save you. The cops are going to worry about taking care of their own family and watching their neighbor who's been eyeing them, all right? Because that's what's coming, man, all right? Race wars, class wars, all right? All types of calamities coming here, all right? Because we're living in the last days, all right? And Salakia for the wait, all right? And why is this happening? What's the reasoning? All right? Because what America brings. And why is that going to happen? Because the majority of people in America, all right, whether it be, what's it called? 2/3 of our own people and you heathens, all right? You don't know this Bible, all right? You don't have an inch of righteousness in you, all right? So your wickedness is going to flourish in these last days, all right? Because you believe in the American bullshit. And why is it's going to be a dog type of world? Because what America pushes: idolatry, homosexuality, lies, adultery, financial bullshit, financial system, Hollywood and entertainment, all right? Murder. This is what America pushes out. They embrace it. And so that's why you're going to see hell break loose here. And no one's going to be smiling and saying, hey, let me help you out. Let me help out the next man, all right? It's not going to happen. Only those that are going to help each other out, all right, are the men of the Lord and those that were preparing for this to come. And those are your cliques, your militias, all right? Those that have been watching and waiting for all hell to break loose so they can go and kill their neighbors, as they said in that comment, all right? Because that's exactly what they said. Which is should give you a wake-up call, all right? So let me bring out Sirach, because there's a point. Why is this going to happen? It's because America has to go down, because America's a wealthy, filthy nation. And, all right, all you millennials, you Generation Xers, you Zers, you Zs, you baby boomers, all right? You're going to take part in this coming destruction, all right? And if you're not a man of the Lord, and that's talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you don't come back to your true biblical nationality, you're gonna die out there with those different generations, all right? Because this is Esau's kingdom's coming down. There's the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Right, this place America, okay, riches, okay, it's inception, the infrastructure, everything that was built here was gotten by rape, robbery, and murder, deceit. So there has to be a payback for it, a recompense. And so this place has to be destroyed because of that, all right? Because America wasn't built on righteousness. It was built on unrighteousness. It was built on wickedness, evil, slavery, stealing of land, okay? That's why this shit's going to end, man, all right? Because of unrighteousness, dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? And so that's why this kingdom's about to be translated, because of all that, all right? And guess what? You millennials, you got fucked over, all right? You're gonna be the sword that runs through America, all right? And you're gonna be killing these old people, man. A lot of these baby boomers and Generation Xers who half of them are dying anyway because they've been eating GMO and McDonald's, all right? So they're already fucked up. So yeah, they're gonna be easy target, man. Hey, man, you generation baby boomers, you generation Xers, you better get a lot of ammo and a lot of protection, man, because the millennials and the Zs, they're gonna run through y'all, man. Wow, they're gonna be wild animals, man. All right, there's gonna be some savage life. I see this shit, man. We hear the prophets of Great Millstone, we see this. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs. This is for us, okay, the prophets of Great Millstone. All right, this is for us because the Lord put us on game. All right, that's why we understand exactly what's going on, and that's why as of right now we're not going through the hell that these millennials are going through. All right, because a lot of us, we woke up to the game, we started, okay, paying attention. All right, saving money, all right, not participating in these wicked ass holidays. All right, that's why you motherfuckers ain't got no money to begin with. All right. You still celebrate Christmas. You still celebrate, okay, Easter. All right? You still celebrate Valentine's Day. All right? That's why you ain't got no money in your pockets. You still celebrate birthdays. All right? You fucking idiots. So that's why you're broke. So fuck you and get ready to lose it all. All right? All right? Because really, man, by coming to these scriptures, you should that's waking you up on game. Like, whoa, hold up. I got to change my whole demographics on how I spend my money and where I put my money at, all right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Right, remove far from me vanity and lies, all right? A, go out and get a college degree, 4-year college degree, all right? Fuck all that, man. Get yourself a trade, okay? Or if you're gonna go to college, all right, go into a 2-year community college where the majority of work is people don't want to do it. All right, don't go to fucking college for liberal arts. Go to college for learning how to do a trade. All right, electrician, plumbing, or if you want to do office type work like human resource. All right, management. All right, pushing papers. All right, you're a fucking slave. All right, start understanding that. If you're thinking of, if you're in the truth and you're thinking about, hey, I'm going to college so I can be a lawyer or I can be a doctor at this stage of the game, there's something wrong with you, all right? Nah, okay? This shit is over, okay? Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. That's it, man. Give me neither poverty, meaning I don't want to be making no $6, $7 fucking an hour. And give me no riches. No, I don't want to be a millionaire. All right, I want to be in the middle. All right, just making enough to get my daily bread, survive out here. All right, so I can do this work and make these videos and prophesy the downfall of America. All right, feed me with food convenient for me. Right, that's why you got brothers with different types of demographics. Some brothers make, okay, a good salary. Some brothers just make it just to pass by. All right, but the point is, all right, if you're in this truth, okay, give me, don't fall for the lies and vanity, and give me a sustainable amount of money where you're not in poverty, but you're not balling out of control, where you decide to run away from this truth, man, and go back into the world, you know? So Lord willing, this is edifying. Once again, the title's going to be Millennials in Debt. They struggle to save money. And yeah, man, just to reiterate, regurgitate, repeat, you millennials, you got fucked. They fucked you, all right? The economy's going to collapse, and you're going to be the sword that runs through America, all right? Home invasions and shit. And there's going to be all types of calamity, all right? And all you Generation Zs, right? You Perks and Molly generation. Hey, man, y'all motherfuckers, man. God help y'all, all right? Well, only those that are the elect, all right? The rest of y'all fucking damned. And with that, Lord willing, this edify, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kudash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to the Akbar out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. As you can see, we're almost out of here. All right. So stay in the faith. Continue enduring. Keep pushing this word out. And with that, shalom.